Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. So in this video I'm doing a review of the Peacock Paper Appointment Planner. So this one is a vertical hourly layout, which I know I tend to avoid. However, I made an exception for this one because I do really like the functional layout. So it is a little bigger than what I would consider a standard medium, which is about 7 by 9. This one is about 7.75 inches wide. This is the cover size, by the way. The paper inside is a little bit thinner, by about 10.5 inches high. So it is bordering on a big page size planner, and because it is hardcover, it is a little heavy. It's not too fat. I would say it's about 1/2 inch thick. I do really like this whole cover with the black and the gold. Looks really nice. You've got the little corners to stop it from getting scuffed. Really like that attention to detail. Let's have a look inside. So it's got a pocket folder on the front cover. However, I'm not really sure why you would stick it directly to it, because as you can see, there is no space really. You could fit maybe 1 or 2 envelopes of mail on your way out the door, but you can't really fit much in there. It's pretty small. So continuing on to the actual planner, you have personal area, which is pretty standard. Days at a glance calendars, which is pretty typical, except they have this little section down the bottom here with the holidays. Really like that, putting it on the same page all at once instead of a separate clunky list. It's just all right there, the exact info that you need. Then we go into the month straight away. So the tabs, I will just make a little comment about them. They're quite small. As you can see, they're about the width of my finger, which, no, I don't have fat fingers, pretty standard. They are laminated cardstock. They are protected by the cover, because see how it extends beyond it. Now, instead of how some planners will do 6 months and then they'll put the other 6 months behind it, this one you can see everything all at once. Kind of a yes and no from me. I like that you can see everything at once, but the font, as you can see, does get quite small, especially because they have these few little extra sections, which I'll show you in a minute. So getting back to the monthly overview page or monthly calendar. So it starts on a Sunday, which is, wait for it, not consistent with the weekly spread, which starts on a Monday. But you do have the US holidays printed. I'm not particularly sure why you would put the font so far up the box. Why wouldn't you just put it down here? But anyway, minor thing. Neutral layout, as you can see, it's all very black and white throughout the whole planner. Got little dates at a glance calendars for 3 months, so the next 3 months, and some line writing space. Not sure why you would need the next 3 months in advance on the page. Probably cover that up with some stickers, but it's there if you want it. So if we go to a couple of other months, you probably know what I'm going to be looking for if you follow my YouTube channel. It is the split boxes. So unfortunately they do split them. At least they've done it horizontally instead of diagonally. But yet it just doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you just restart the numbering up the top here? Because as you can see, you've got 5 boxes, which is blank. So anyway, moving on to the weekly spread. So this is why I wanted this planner, because if I zoom in a bit, you'll be able to see it is in 15-minute increments. So normally if you've got a vertical hourly, it will just be 1 hour per line, or sometimes they'll do 30 minutes. This one is 15 minutes, which is quite rare to find, and also rare to find it with a coil bind. They tend to be sewn bound. Well, that's what I found anyway. So it is small line spacing. As you can see, I will do the dimension and put it in the blog post, which will be in the description box below if you wanted to look at that. So anyway, it starts at 7 o'clock, 15-minute time increments down to 9 o'clock. You could always just use whiteout and reset the times if you want, but there are quite a lot that you're going to have to reset. So just keep in mind 7 till 9, probably can't really customize that time slot too much. At the bottom they have this little income and expenses section, and instead of having a note section underneath each day, they just have one for the entire week up the top. They have these dates at a glance calendars repeated again. I don't think it's necessary to have them on every single weekly spread. I feel like that's just a whole bunch of dead space. You could have just continued the note section. Again, you could just get some whiteout or put some stickers, like a habit tracking sticker up the top there. And the other thing that I feel like is just worth pointing out, you do get a fairly big box for Saturday, so something different. Normally when it's a vertical layout like this, they'll split it in half evenly, Saturday and Sunday. However, this one gives you more Saturday space and keeps the schedule, so it goes from 7 until 6, and then you've just got a little note section for Sunday. Might be good for some people, might not, so that could be a deal breaker for you. Just keep that in mind. Same weekly spread throughout. It doesn't look like they've printed the national holidays on the weekly. Haven't seen it anywhere as yet. And again, same thing with the monthly calendar, same layout. At the end of each month, there is no notes pages. It just jumps straight into the next month. There's no monthly planning. However, at the back here, if I go to this tax planning, so I feel like this would be a really good planner if you are self-employed or you're working from home or you're running your own business, because it has that income and expenses section throughout the weekly. You've got the scheduling time slot, and then they have this tax planning section at the back as well. So for each month you can put in your income. I feel like it's very much a business planner, and that continues for the whole year. And after that, you got a little summary, and then we go into some contacts pages. This could be good for a direct sales consultant maybe. And then you have some lined space at the back here. I do think they've gone a little bit light on with the line notes. Could probably add a few more pages, but that would probably be one of the few cons. And these pocket folders, which again make a reappearance. So I do think it is functional weekly layout. Yeah, keep in mind, Saturday is bigger than Sunday. There's dates at a glance, boxes are repeated, no monthly overview pages, not too many notes pages at the back. You do have contacts pages and the tax planning, so definitely recommend this one for a self-employed person. Hope you found this review helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, the button is below. I tend to post a couple of planner review videos each week.